So this is called the Moonducky Music Theater, and the idea of this app was basically kind of like making your own animated video music theater performance. So the child comes into this app and they get to be creative in a few ways. So first of all, we have the we call the Art Center, and this is, like I showed you before, an illustration component that allows you to go in and draw on top of a background, and you can actually just do line art on your own. And we have both colored and black and white backgrounds that you can choose from. There's quite a few of those, so you can work with it however you want. These again can be saved, and what's different is that instead of using these as elements to a jigsaw puzzle as the artwork, in this you're actually creating the backdrop for a theater set, for a stage. And so if I go into the set design component, we provided some pre-created artwork for the frame of the set and then the backdrop, but you can also use artwork that you've created yourself using the Pay program. And so these are images that I drew. These are other pieces of art that we provided, and so you can pick and choose a combination of pre-created art, your own custom art, and design a set. And so if I go in and actually create, like for example, this one here, I'll save the set. And so now when I go into the really core feature of this product, which is the rehearsal mode, I'm able to create a musical theater performance on top of that set. The one really cool thing that we did, and this is actually something that we built as part of the Magic Toy Maker product, is that you have the ability to dress up your characters. So in the Magic Toy Maker platform, you'd have the Small Potatoes characters and you would dress them up, and that would be your character, your toy design. Here you're actually just adding different costume elements, different types of art, sunglasses, whatever combination you want. We even have a little mystery box thing where it'll just randomly pick some combinations for you, which is a lot of fun. And then when you have something that you like, you can save that. You can also switch the characters around, so the goat could be wearing the same outfit with the cat or the pig, right? So let's say we use the goat, or the sheep, sorry. I'll save this character design, and what's really fun is that is going to become a stamp automatically inside of the Pay program. So we're using Corona features to dynamically create a masked image, save that off on the device in its application storage area, and then allow the user to bring that back up and use that as a component in a more collage of their own art. This then can be saved off. So if I wanted to, for example, put the goat on the screen, and I can make it really big in the foreground like this and have that be a backdrop, then I can save this as a background image, and I can go back into the set design feature, and there's my image. So now I can put that in there, and that's now the backdrop to the set. So I can save that off again, and I can save over the old one. And that image is now, and that set design now becomes available in really the most interesting interactive aspect of this product, which is the rehearsal feature. So the idea is that once you've dressed your characters and costumed them up and you've designed your set, now we're going to take the cast of characters and we're going to put them on the stage, and we're also going to assign them roles as dancers, musicians, or vocalists. And you're going to effectively arrange a song using the combination. So we'll go from the outside of the music theater into the lobby, and we can jump into the rehearsal section. And so there's 2 songs in here that are currently available for you to make your own arrangement. We deconstructed these songs into 8 or 9 different tracks, one vocal track and a variety of instrumentation tracks. And so if we choose, for example, the Hamsters Want to Be Free song, then it presents an empty set. And we can choose one of our set designs and fill the set with that. Once I've done that, now I can start grabbing characters from my cast. So here's the goat that I created in the earlier example. And so now what I can also do is add instruments. So I can say, well, for this song, these are all the different instrumentation tracks available. There's a microphone, and when I attach the microphone to the character, it's now going to become the vocalist, and it will have the vocal track. and it will perform as a vocalist as an animation. I can also just individually drag instruments in there, and if I want to change the assignment, I can drag and drop them. And so now it provides that, or I can just quickly switch this way. And you can see as I make changes, the character art is changing, but it still retains the costuming, and the layers are all dynamically constructed in our code in Corona. So once I get a variety of I can bring out a whole bunch of different. I can have multiple goats. I can have a band full of hamsters if I wanted to. Doing the hamsters want to be free song. I might have a variety of different, dressed up versions of these, so I can bring them out here. And if they don't have an instrument assigned to them, then they're dancers. If they have a mic, then they're a musician, they're a vocalist, and if they have a musical instrument, then they're an instrument player. And that effectively is defining the arrangement of the music that you're going to hear. So it's going to be hard to hear in here, but if I go into rehearsal mode, the music is actually playing. I don't know if you can try turning it up a little bit. Now there's no vocal track right now because I didn't actually give anybody the microphone. But I can stop this and I can go back now and I can add this guy to have the mic, hit rehearsal, and
now Julie Jingle was a hamster who wished to sail up on the sea.
So this is the rehearsal mode.
Hamsters.
And the idea behind this is that once you get everything kind of arranged the way you want, you can publish your performance. And it's like a final version. It's sort of like, doing a final cut. And the idea here is that I can save this as rehearsal, but I can also publish it as a Showtime performance. And this will actually sort of give me an opportunity to give it a final title. We put a bunch of random titles in for fun, but you can change that. And so now I've created a complete uneditable performance. If I saved it as a rehearsal, I can go back and edit it anytime I want and republish it. But performances are done. They're finished. They're ready to go. And now we can just go into the Showtime area of the product, and we can. So this is the lobby. We can go in here and actually play back any of our Showtime performances. So it's going to load them up and give me a choice of which one I want to play back. And then it'll literally just do a whole, curtain rise, play back the entire song with all the animation, and then here you go. Here's a tough act to follow. And so the curtain will rise, and the performance will begin. It'll play through the entire song unless I stop it, and then the curtain will close, and it'll go back to the lobby. So it's all automated at this point. So the artwork style is intentionally kind of a mixed, media collage style, and so it kind of looks funky by design. But the engine that we built, we could reuse for a whole bunch of other brands. We could switch out the types of characters, different costuming, and a variety of other functionality could be added to it. One other neat thing we did is we built an interactive jukebox. So again, this is all Lua code, and we have these are videos that we packed into the app. So these are music videos that are sort of bonus media that you get. And actually the Hamsters Want to Be Free is a mixed media video, so it's actually live video mixed with animation and art. So this is the fully composed version of the song and as a music video. And it's good because it gives kids an inspiration of ideas and things they might want to do, whatever. Ultimately, our idea would be to extend this to add more manipulation of the characters on the stage, like real-time animation, and then tracking that so that during rehearsal mode they could do real-time direction of the characters on the stage, save those directional changes like the positioning and scaling of the characters, and then play that back as part of the animated playback of a performance. So we've got some roadmaps for this platform that we're going to take it further. But it's really a wonderful app, very accessible, has a lot of content in it, a lot of creative capability with kids being able to go into the art program and really draw a lot, and they can just focus on that, just using it as a really fun, immersive collage tool. And then again, those images can be saved out to your camera device or in the desktop version if we do one to your desktop.
So now this is already in the App Store?
Yeah, so this is all of our apps are multi-platform apps. We only do multi-platform apps, so this is in This one is in 3 stores right now. It's in the Apple Store, the the Google Play Store, and the Amazon Store. It was in the Nook App Store as well, but the Nook App Store was recently decommissioned about a week ago, so it's no longer available, for download there. In the past with Corona, we've actually delivered our apps to also like the Tabio for the Toys R Us platform for a while. It was, and we've looked at Nokia X and other platforms. Our primary bread and butter is doing Apple, Amazon, and Google Play. However, we're now taking advantage of the more robust delivery to desktop that Corona offers, and so we have nearly finally delivered the new Home for Charlie app to macOS platform. We've been able to get it all the way up into the App Store. We're just doing some final bug fixes, and it'll be released pretty soon.
Any plans to target TV platforms?
Yeah, so we've been looking very heavily at tvOS, and particularly with the Charlie app. One of the design considerations was to remove the Art Center and the gaming functionality and just focus on the storybook and present that as a tvOS experience. We have to make sure that we can fit within the 200 meg constraint. We believe that we've been able to do that. We're very, very careful with our image optimizations. So we use a variety of tools in sequence to get our PNG files down to the absolute minimum while maintaining high fidelity. And so we have been able to make sure that the Charlie Storybook app is able to fit within the 200 meg constraint. And we've already prototyped in one day. We were able to get a prototype working using the tvOS simulator on Mac, with a custom icon, parallax icon, and all of that. So it's actually quite easy. Mainly the work that you have to do, obviously, besides the user interface design, is also dealing with user events and dealing with the combination of a game controller and the Siri style remote. So and the different user interface experiences that you might want to offer based on those. So for a storybook app, that's quite easy. There's a few key places where we have to do some special work. But Corona so far has been showing us that the transition will be relatively simple. It'll be more work than bringing it from mobile to desktop. That was actually maybe 3 days of engineering all in, with some careful reading of the documentation and really understanding what we need to do. And most of the desktop work was really dealing with the resize event, as I mentioned earlier, and making sure the app design fit within that. So repainting the scene properly whenever the window got resized and knowing when to do that. If the user is continuously resizing a window, you don't want to constantly be repainting the scene. So you have to wait for a short delay of non-resizing and then trigger that code functionality. So I think we waited a half second and then we repaint the scene as necessary for the resize. So we were able to get a desktop version working pretty quickly, and then it's a matter of hassling with the icon set you need for Mac and other little build setting information settings that you need to put in there and kind of dialing those in the right way, and then it works really great.